Hey, it's another video in the dark by the interior light of the car. Just wanted to update you on some gig working experiences that I've had on this interesting night. Excuse me. Still feeling the effects of the hurricane, the flooding, the disaster that's taken place in this area of Northeast Tennessee. Got a Grubhub order about an hour or so ago to drive to Elizabethton from my house in Johnson City, which is maybe just over 6 miles, and deliver it back to Johnson City. And it paid me enough to do that. It was like 13 miles of driving. But the problem that I had was I've got pretty good connection here at my house, but there's zero connection in Elizabethton. So I was able to accept the order, and I knew where it was, so I didn't have to depend on maps to get there. So I went and picked up the order, but when I got to Elizabethton, there's no connection whatsoever. And the interesting thing was there's a water boil advisory here. Well, at least in Elizabethton there is. Probably here in Johnson City too, for all I know. But Taco Bell was the restaurant where I was picking up the order, and they had signs posted everywhere that they were not serving drinks because of the water boil advisory, where the floods and storms and disaster have been going on. So I wasn't able to call the customer from the store and let them know. So I had no choice but to go ahead and just pick up the food without the drinks. There were 2 drinks in the order. And after I picked up the order, I started driving back toward Johnson City. I was able to go on there and get the street name, and I kind of knew the general direction to where I could at least drive toward the area of the drop-off until I got back into Johnson City, where there is connection, and then my maps would kick in at some point. So after a while, I was able to drive back to where I had connection, and I didn't want to just drop their order off without any drinks and leave them wondering where the drinks were, and then maybe try to complain against me for not bringing the drinks. So finally, I was able to stop at a red light about 2.5 miles from the drop-off point and send the customer a text and explain the situation in the text. And I told them, hey, they're not serving drinks because of the water boil advisory, and I was not able to call or text you from the restaurant. As a matter of fact, this is the first point in this whole process that I've been able to have enough connection to get a message through. Well, thankfully, the customer was very cool about it. They promptly responded, said, okay, that's fine. We're more concerned about the food than we are the drinks. So I was relieved that they were going to be cool about the situation and not somehow blame me or try to take it out on me because the drinks were missing from the order. And then I had to call care, I guess they call it with Grubhub. I call it support, and let them know that I got the order delivered because there was no connection to mark that I had arrived at the restaurant, much less deliver the order. So I had to haggle with that afterwards. This connectivity thing around here is just going on and on and on, and it seems like it's getting worse instead of getting better. But I do hope and pray that all of our men and women who are out there working to get these things restored and reestablished, that everything goes well for them. I'm not complaining. I'm just giving you my experiences. Has anyone else ever had a situation like this where you couldn't pick up drinks because of a water boil advisory? Well, if you have, I'd love to hear about it. Let me know. Take care. Thanks for watching. Bye now.